Guys, we are back. Thanks God. The quarantine, it is still going, but I'm glad that we are able to catch up with you, Mikey. So tell me how you been. What are you up to? How was your quarantine?
Well, we've been doing okay. Not as good as we would like to, but we're doing the best that we can. Um, we were talking about this earlier. How initially everything was kind of like in panic mode. Nobody really understood what was going on, how long this would be, or how this pandemic would impact you or affect you. So it was a little scary at first. Now we've kind of like loosened up a little bit. We understand a little bit more about it, and I mean, we've all kind of like either been around it, exposed to it, or tested, or now we're all testing negatives. It's like we don't have to worry about it as much. But obviously, for specific individuals who are maybe at a higher risk or of maybe pre-existing conditions, they still obviously need to be taken care of, and we should respect them and try to help them, avoid getting sick. But for the most part, us, we've been, just trying to get back to normal. Been involved more, getting more involved in the real estate more than boxing. I don't,
Wait.
yeah, I haven't been going to the gym much. I did a little few months back, but then I kind of stopped. Now we're getting more into the car customization of cars. Yeah.
Knowing you for several years, you said you even, like, you didn't even, you were never like passionate about boxing much. It's just they saw that you were talented and they're kind of okay, so you rolled with it. So is that something you don't have passion for it anymore?
Look, it's a little different for the most fighters. They grow up since they're kids with a dream of one day becoming champions, being professional boxers. And um, I never had that. I never really had that in mind. Um, the passion for boxing wasn't there when I was first starting. It was just like a hobby, just like something to do. Um, we noticed that I could have a career out of it, make a living. I was natural, I was good at it, so we kind of did that. It wasn't until I had to take that break in 2014 to 2016 that I was out of the ring for the litigation and lawsuit and whatnot. That's when I actually kind of like felt like more passionate towards boxing. Like I missed it. That's when I realized, I really do love what I do, and I was not able to do it, and that's what kind of like triggered and then sparked that fire again. So once I came back, I made it, like I said, a priority, and I focused on boxing. I kept pushing for every single fight, harder and harder and harder, and challenging myself more and more. And I still feel that there's so much more I want to accomplish. There's so much more I want to do. But in the current state that we are right now, with very limited boxing available, with limited shows being allowed, I mean, it's almost like I see it like almost a waste of time, to focus so much on boxing right now for me if I know there's nothing immediate. I'd be burning myself out in the gym, sparring, training. I probably would get bored of it actually because it becomes redundant. It becomes a routine, and if you don't do it with a passion, or if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then you're gonna get bored and you're not gonna do it well. I'll probably end up, getting, bored of it and probably just quit. Whereas right now, I'm focusing on other things outside of boxing that keep me going, keep me motivated. But boxing's still back here, still here. I still know that there's so much more I'm accomplish. There's no doubt that I'm gonna be champion, 2 or 3 more times. Like I know that. That's how I feel. But at the same time, like I said, with boxing right now, it's not quite there in front of me. So I'm focusing on other things outside.
Okay, I understand. Is Pacquiao enough of a motivation for you to come back and fight?
Of course, that was the fight that we were already looking forward to. We had actually started conversations regarding a possible fight with Manny for this past July. After I fought Vargas, the conversations with Team Pacquiao started to move forward, and the idea was to fight Manny this past summer. We had a July in mind. A few weeks after that fight with Vargas, we had COVID, pandemic hit, and everything shut down, and it just, kind of messed everybody's plans. So that was disappointing. Like damn, fuck. I was already looking forward to that big fight. Get back on top. You know, it didn't happen, but I know that there's still a possibility there. A few months ago, like 2 months ago, I was actually in contact with some of the members from Team Pacquiao, and we were actually thinking that possibly by the end of the year we could get back and fight each other sometime in December. But like I said, this was 2 months ago, or a little over 2 months ago. So figuring that maybe by December things were back to normal. Well, obviously they're not back to normal. We're in November, and things don't seem to be, moving that fast yet. There are signs of it, moving forward, but it's slower. So we're obviously not gonna do the fight in December, and that's why I haven't really made a big push to be in boxing, conversations right now. It's like a waste of time. Why, talk so much if I know it's not gonna happen? So I'm just letting time, tell when we're gonna be back.
Conor McGregor called out Pacquiao, and he said, "Okay."
I saw some of the tweets and messages. I saw a lot of people talking about it. They even asked me my opinion. I mean, I think Pacquiao can definitely, fight Conor. He can fight whoever the fuck he wants. He's done so much for boxing. He's allowed to do, anything he wants. But I know Pacquiao is also the kind of fighter that fights for legacy and wants to keep proving everybody that, he's one of the best in the world, and that age is not a factor when it comes to Manny. So a fight with Conor really doesn't do that for him. It doesn't really do anything for his legacy, but it does do a lot of, business, a lot of money. And if they do that fight, that's what it is. It's the business, behind it. I don't feel that Conor deserves a fight with Manny. He hasn't done anything in boxing, and the only time he stepped in against Floyd, obviously Floyd was gonna beat him. He's the best in the world, but at least Conor, gave it a try, But now to say, oh, he earned another shot or he's trying to fight Manny, kind of doesn't make sense. When there's a lot of other fighters actively fighting, who are champions or consistently fighting top contenders, and becoming, a top contender for a fight against possible Manny, including myself and many others. And for them to just kind of feel like Conor deserves it or is entitled to it, I don't agree with that. If they do decide to do a fight with them, and it's a different scenario, maybe as a charity or maybe as an exhibition, then I'm all for that. Great, support that. It's just difficult to accept Conor getting in the boxing ring again when he honestly hasn't done shit. It's like anybody else. I'm gonna get a fight with, I'm gonna call out. Who am I gonna call? Who am I gonna call out? Fool? Fucking Bradley Cooper and shit. Who am I gonna call out? Matt Damon or something? I mean, come on, he's popular too, right? I mean, that makes no sense. Well, that's kind of the way I see it. And I mean, if they do fight, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Let them fight. But I think a lot of the boxing world will criticize for those reasons. I know there's a fly over here.
Did you see the
fly around?
Did you see debates when the fly?
Oh yeah, the debate. Oh, it was on his head and stuff.
You voted?
I saw that. I just dropped my ballot today. I did it. I filled it out this morning. I dropped it off today, earlier in the day. So yeah, I'm not wearing the sticker though. I left the sticker up there.
Yeah. Who you voted for? Secret?
Yeah. I have to leave that. They say don't discuss politics and religion.
Right. Okay.